Welcome, friends across the world. And as we celebrate Guy Fawkes Night in the UK, things go more with a festive crackle and a boom at Walt Disney World. We are hopefully going to take you on a journey to Walt Disney World and share with you some memories of past Christmas trips, together with the here and now within the parks. I'm John, and welcome to the Great British Mickey Waffle Live.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I
go. There we go. And there we go, bang on cue there, Claire, as well, with the dogs. So this is really interesting, because actually I can't remember us being live on Guy Fawkes Night before, and it's a really difficult one for us to gauge who's watching, who's catching up, who's watching at a later time. And I know why Claire's dogs, apart from the fact that they're obviously wanting Claire's fullest of attentions, but also it is Guy Fawkes Night, and so we do understand the fact that loads of people are actually going to be out and about tonight in the UK. And if you're from America, you don't really quite grasp what Guy Fawkes is all about. So it's probably best I'm not allowed to explain it, because every time I've tried to explain it on the podcast before, I get into trouble. You see,
you think it edited out?
Yeah, always. And because we're live, I can actually say it, but I won't. I'll be on my best behavior otherwise. Otherwise, that might be it. I might be on a 3-week ban. But yeah, it's one of them a weird British tradition.
See, for me, as soon as it's sort of Guy Fawkes is over, I think about Christmas or the countdown to Christmas. It always was that at school, because once you've done fireworks, that sort of thing, it was like you then start thinking like Nativity, Advent, Christmas. That's
Nativity, Christmas.
I know it's in the wrong order, but it's one of those things. And I know Claire is sort of twitching at the minute at the mention of the C word, that Christmas trees don't go up to like the 20th of December, and
not quite the 20th, but yeah, it's certainly not until I get back from America. So
yeah, but you have a real tree.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. We have a fake.
We have 3 fake trees.
Yeah.
When do we have? I already thought we've got 1. Now we've got 3. We're becoming like Disney, when they like roll out all of the Christmas trees ready to go.
On the 1st of November, obviously.
Of course. I think, well, on the 1st of November, they didn't do the normal reveal. There was no decorations. They'd taken all the pumpkins, but it wasn't until the 2nd.
Cutbacks, Ben. That's what it is. It's cutbacks.
Yeah,
I think we found that under there. Yeah. Anyway, just before, Claire, can I ask just, I know I'm going off topic. Are the dogs okay? Because I know dogs are the biggest worries when it comes to Guy Fawkes Night, and I know that it is a massive issue. So
at this moment in time, Apollo is absolutely barking non-stop. Yeah. But I don't think it's anything to do with fireworks. We're not anywhere near any fireworks at this moment in time. I think he's just being a pain.
Yep.
Because he's 9 months old. He's a teenager. And he's sharing his feelings, shall we say. And he likes to be quite vocal. So he's fine.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
Anyway, now I know the dogs are all right. I'll start by welcoming you guys into the show, because we didn't even get as far as that. Celebrating the life of Guy Fawkes, or demise of Guy Fawkes, or and burn him on the top of a bonfire. I don't. It doesn't quite sit right with me. So it's a bit of a bizarre one. But we'll move on. Welcome, Ben and Becca. Thank you for joining us. How's things down at your bit?
You know what? Surprisingly warm.
Yeah.
It's like last week we were talking about like having the heating on, and just like it's really weird. It just doesn't feel.
Yeah.
It's still early November. It's not Christmassy yet. It won't be long before there's a Christmas tree behind us.
Yeah, give it a couple of weeks. I do want to have the Christmas tree up in the background when we record the festive December show.
Oh, there's a challenge. Look, see what I've got. Look, I've got this Mickey Mouse. Look, this is absolutely
He's great.
This is beautiful. There is a mini that's available as well. And if you're in the UK, they're available at Argos. They're only 20 quid. But I bought this about 6 weeks ago because actually, for as much as I get criticised for not liking Christmas, I saw somebody walking around Sainsbury's with this. And I actually, when you do a little bit of work and you think, hang on, there's an Argos attached to the Sainsbury's. I know where they got it. So I went back, so took me shopping, went in the car, checked in the car, and then I bought this in an instant, which is quite unlike me, but I do like it. I just thought it was lovely.
It sounds like Claire's already searching it.
Speaking of sounds, did you hear the helicopter coming just now?
No.
At our spot there, I think it's the air ambulance. I think it's just landed at the hospital. So I'm just looking at where he's going now. That's it. I don't just use flight radar for when I'm tracking you guys when you're flying and things like that.
I love John is keeping on track today.
Yeah, we're all over the spot. So yeah, we could be an hour and a half tonight. So that'd be good. Yeah,
normal.
Air ambulance. So there we go. And welcome to Claire.
Hello.
How are you? All weathered out after the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like it was It feels like it was like 2 minutes ago, but also ages ago. And I know Anna and Callum are away on their honeymoon. They're having a lovely week away. Anna's mum and dad are also away having a rest, and so
cool.
It's all quite quiet, which is nice.
No,
it was an amazing weekend.
Yep.
But yeah, it's quite nice.
As it should be.
Bit of downtime, certainly until Friday anyway, when we've got another event going on.
There you go, you see.
Yep.
Non-stop.
Yeehaw,
Non-stop.
it's a barn dance.
Oh dear me.
This is going to be fun.
That sounds a bit of a hoop-de-doo moment.
Well, I wish, I hope it's as popular as the hoop-de-doo, but it's a fundraiser, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Good.
But yeah, it's all go. No rest for the wicked, as they say.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Can also, before we actually start the show, I'm just going to say a massive shout out to our colleague Robin, who has once again been in the hospital and actually is now in recovery. And if you've actually watched any of Robin's socials, as she had been all the way through her cancer journey, she has been very, very open and honest in her trials and tribulations, I'll put it that way. And actually, she went for an operation on Monday. And to be honest, the last thing on my mind would be to take a picture of myself after I'd been in an operation. But Robin did it, put it on a Instagram. But Robin, we just send you all our love and just hope that you have a speedy recovery. I know she's already got plans for a little bit of a end of the month sort of visit to Walt Disney World. So that can only be a good thing in itself.
Always good to have something to look forward to, especially a Christmas trip.
Love a Christmas trip.
And that's the best thing.
What our next one's going to be.
Yeah. Right. I tell you what. Let's get the news out of the way, and then we'll talk all Christmas and think. Look, Spirit jersey, Christmas, the whole thing. I think my family think I've lost the plot somewhere because I'm normally in teacher mode. Christmas doesn't get mentioned. Yeah, it doesn't get mentioned until at least the 1st of December. So
I think you're right, John. It's time for the news.
There we go. And as the news comes on, Claire drops out, and that's.
I won't get my Christmas.
There you go. Look at you.
Yeah.
Christmas hair bow.
Oh my word!
From
the other room.
We're gonna get. It
was just over there, and I needed to jump up and go and grab it. I've actually got 2, so I'm going to change it. I've got 4. But
as if by my
that's like every quarter of the
show. And you really show me up now. I'm gonna have to find some headwear from somewhere.
This is a So Tiki special.
I don't know whether anyone's seen any of our previous years of podcasting and Christmas shows, but the hat has finally died.
Yeah!
I was so happy.
I am hunting on Vinted and anywhere on eBay.
Hunting high and low in a true Duran Duran kind of way.
Yeah.
It was AHA Not
Was it
Durand
Aha
Durand.
hunting high and low?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking
Always be hunting high and low. Yeah, and then the Living Daylights followed afterwards. But shall we talk about Zootopia Better Zoogether, which opened yesterday to some of the most incredible sets of reviews. It is the most amazing. I was reading the wrong show.
The best thing I've seen of it that looks good is I like the sign, the Zootopia sign. I think that looks good, but apparently it's really short. There's not much to it.
Yeah.
But one thing in the queue that caught my eye is a nod to Joe Rody.
See, I like that. I like that. Yeah, make Joe Rody out as being sort of.
That's probably the highlight of the attraction.
I mean, unlike It's a Bug's Life, I will go and see this one.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I'll go every week. I'm there in 4 weeks tomorrow. I'm going to Animal Kingdom. I will go and see it, and I will let you know what I think.
Yeah. I think it's one of them. It's really important, isn't it? I know we're really positive people, and I know that we try to get that positive vibe across to people. And yet, when something like this opens, as so often we've found recently, it just seems everything that comes out, and everyone's come out, oh, that's not very good. Oh, that's not as good as it was. And it's like, you have to do that, Claire, and go and see it yourself.
Yeah, I'll go and give it a go, and then I'll report back.
Yeah. And then you can make your own opinion and then go from there.
Yeah. I do wonder if it's one of those things that people aren't liking it at the moment because it's replacing It's a Bug's Life and they loved that.
I don't think anyone loved that.
No.
I don't think, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but people generally just don't like change.
People don't like things going away.
They don't like things going away and being replaced, even if they don't like the thing that went away.
Yeah.
To be replaced.
Right. People just like having something to complain about.
A year, 2 years.
Let's wait and see.
People might
it might be good. It might be good. I hate the name, so
I'm not a great fan of that. I think from my perspective, and I think this is possibly why a lot of people are criticizing it, is the fact that it's aimed at a much younger audience who previously were crying, and there's probably some kids that have been left emotionally distraught from going to It's a Bug Life and won't go back ever again. And so
Morgan is one of them.
Yeah, but you need to start a new generation off in that whole fact of it's very family friendly, and the fact that it's something for young kids. Now, when you look across the whole of Animal Kingdom at the moment, and you look at some of the restrictions on ride heights, etc., there's not a lot. If you've got someone who's maybe under the age of 5, there's not a lot on offer for you to keep that child occupied whilst the rest of the family want to go and ride Everest or they want to go to Pandora. It's not going to happen, is it? And so I'm thinking that's possibly where this particular show is actually dropping in, because that seems to be the bit that people are saying it hasn't got that darkness to it. It hasn't got that dark feel to it. It hasn't got that scariness to it. But I think that's probably the reason why they don't want another generation growing up like that.
If that's people's complaint, that it's not dark and scary enough,
I
think it might be in the wrong place.
I don't know.
Disney, it's kind of meant to be family friendly and available for everyone and all light and magic and happy.
Yeah, but everyone's not going to like everything. So
then go to Halloween Horror Nights.
I think, like we said, I think it doesn't matter what people do. People are just going to like having a whinge about it. So, speaking of having a whinge, let's go. We mentioned this last week, and actually, it was about the naming of Astro Fizz in the Magic Kingdom, which actually that opened again yesterday. So that's there, which then follows on for the fact that in Magic Kingdom, all the November dates for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party have sold out, which I think is quite impressive.
I don't think it's surprising because they're the cheaper dates.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was looking at the prices of what they are, and they're like $189, $199.
I remember.
And then in December they go up to $230. I remember when we paid like $79.99
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Disney Pass, and it was like,
Good
wow.
grief.
But the party hasn't changed, just the prices.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to hearing Claire's review when you get back next month.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's almost double the price in less than 10 years.
Yeah.
Same as everything else then.
Thank you, COVID.
It kind of fits it. There's definitely a thing. Stay in the Magic Kingdom. Christmas trees now there. So obviously you've now got that perfect opportunity for your Instagram wall to have that perfect shot of the Christmas tree and the castle and the whole Magic Kingdom just panning out behind you. And then you realise that someone's in the background spoiling it, because that's what people do, isn't it? But if you've never been before, go up the steps at the station, and you get slightly left or right of centre, and you can get both in your photograph.
I love the Christmas tree in Magic Kingdom. Once it's there, because I think we've been there like first week of November before. So once Halloween's out the way, they're sort of rolling up the decorations, and there's only a few more days to go past, and then the tree's there and the music, and it's one of them things though, Ben. I think it is one of those really funny ones, because actually I think initially they do a lot of the filming for the Christmas parade and stuff like that on the first day, and the Christmas tree doesn't go up until the whole Christmas parade thing is shot, and then it appears, and then you've got that whole bit of it kind of feels totally Christmassy, and it just changes the park immensely. I love the whole thing. I would really like some lights on the castle again, but hey, that's maybe asking a little bit too much at the moment. You've got a few projections on
Well,
my new one.
I
think there's something about those dream lights that we used to have on Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
But I don't think we missed the crane not being there for 3 months putting them up.
And that's the other side to it, because when that crane arrived mid-August,
I think they could do it now with Magic Kingdom, because there's going to be a lot more cranes over the next couple of years with villains
in that spot.
I was thinking maybe they could do some kind of projection mapping Christmas light technology.
Yeah.
Like they did with the wrapping things during the 50th.
They do have them, but they just don't look as good as the actual dream lights.
Yeah, they were quite something.
Yeah.
Other quick news bits. My Disney Experience, a new feature allowing you to check stock availability across the shops.
Yeah.
Now that could save you an awful lot of either park maneuvering or certainly having to swap out parks if you're looking for one particular piece of merch.
Yeah.
And I think that's something. I know that cast members actually had that.
Yeah, we used it on our last trip. We used it in August. We asked one of the cast members about a particular T-shirt, and it was literally in the size I wanted. It was like it was nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
But I remember before COVID that there was an app there for about 6 months. It was part of the Shop Disney app that you could choose Walt Disney World as your location, put it in, and so I'm glad that's come back for guests to be able to use, because that's going to make it a lot easier, especially if you've done that thing where you found something you want and not bought it straight away. And then you spend the rest of the trip going like
that is always one it's such a frustrating feeling.
Yeah, because
you really do, even this year, and this normally never happens. I'd seen a T-shirt for Tower of Terror last year, and when you come away and you're thinking, oh, I really wish I'd bought that.
Yeah.
And then you put it to one side, and months later it comes and nags at you. And it's just like, that T-shirt was really ace. I really love that.
Yeah.
And then you walk in. The first time we came this year, and we walked in, and it was still on the shelf, admittedly not reduced in price, which was a good sign, basically. So obviously it hadn't been to the outlets. And so it was one of them things, instant purchase. I'm having that because actually I'll just put part of my brain to rest, in so much as the fact that I've now got that T-shirt that I saw last year.
Yep.
Right, last bit of news. Now, I can't say this without having a bit of a Monty Python sort of feel to me. They have given a name to the brand new bar that's opening in the lobby of Grand Floridian. And if you've ever watched Monty Python and the parrot sketch, calling a bar the Perch is possibly not the best thing of all.
No.
I just thought, a bit of
On
a
positive, it opens next week.
Yeah,
Positive.
it is.
That means the
because actually it
construction will
finished.
be done it'll be finished
Good
in
point.
that area. But actually, I haven't seen a menu yet. That's the only thing I haven't seen. But I know it's out open on the 10th of November.
Yeah.
So it went up pretty quickly, to be fair to it.
There's not much to it, but it's not needed.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
it's not needed.
I don't know. We'll see.
I'm
But yeah,
hoping Claire can add it to her list. For
I'm going to sit at the
December.
Perch.
At least things to go and
that'll be-
visit, if not
Yeah.
drink at.
I
Yeah,
don't know if I'm going to get there.
yeah.
Take a perch.
I don't think it'd be top of my list. Do you think when it gets to like on the hour, you get like a rendition of the Birdie song or something like that? And everyone goes round. Everyone goes round the lobby doing the Birdie dance. It doesn't bear thinking. It could end badly.
It doesn't feel like the Grand Floridian at all.
No, but hey ho, we'll said that.
I just want to sit at the end and go, I'm just resting.
It does feel like something that should be connected to the tiki room.
Yeah, beautiful plumage.
Yeah. Norwegian blue.
Oh, I just
Ben and Beck, I don't know what we're talking about.
no.
Okay. So we will find the Monty Python dead parrot sketch somewhere on YouTube and put it in the Waffle cards because it's brilliant.
It is an ex-parrot.
It's John Cleese at his very best.
It's wonderful. Anyway,
That's all we're going to think about anytime anyone mentions that new bar in Grand Floridian.
yeah, very much so. That was the
Okay.
only thing that came into my head with it. But
Exactly what you should think about because it's about the same ridiculousness.
Yeah, it really is. Just before we move on with the show, can I just say, this week we've had loads and loads of like food updates, which we're going to talk about. However, the news and the views coming out of EPCOT have been very, very limited. And
I know, it's weird.
It's as if EPCOT is shut down or something. It's part of the shutdown that the American government are having. It's like we can't do anything at EPCOT because it's just not allowed. And so I was watching. I watched something earlier on Twitter, and if you follow Braden, Braden's YouTube is actually very pertinent.
Mickey views, isn't it? Yeah,
he's very good. But he was there today, and he was going to Communicore Hall, and he was making out it was his first time. It wasn't his first time, but the actual video on his Twitter feed was actually hilarious. As he walks in, and he just goes, it's just a big dining room that you would find at my college, and it hasn't changed. And just like you think, hang on a minute, it's just like have they got plans to make it festive and stuff like that? Which they obviously have, but I think there may be a little bit of catch up in EPCOT as well, because even the food offerings. I know that was one of the things that we'd said last week that tonight we were going to cover an awful lot of what was available in EPCOT.
Well,
but
we're not.
We've got nothing.
Because they haven't told us.
We've got every other park. But
I'm trying to remember when they come out last time. But
So, Food and Wine doesn't finish till the 22nd.
Yeah.
So I suspect we won't get anything maybe for another week or 10 days, perhaps.
Because the festival doesn't kick off till after Thanksgiving, so the 28th.
Yeah, so I arrive on the 1st. So
it's not that long away though.
It's
not. It's 4 3 and a bit
weeks.
Yeah.
That's much later than the rest of the parks, isn't it?
Yeah. And we've had information about it everywhere else.
Do you think someone's forgot to press the button to authorize
No, I think
it?
they're just trying to get it right, maybe, and not
And
do.
Christmas in EPCOT generally starts a bit behind the other 4 parks anyway.
And does Candlelight start on the 28th? So
something, isn't it?
Okay.
It's all after
Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's late, so I guess they're just.
It's the main reason why I think the other year we decided to go over Christmas in December. whereas they're going early November. Because if you go early November, you just get Magic Kingdom, and now you obviously get Jollywood Nights and Hollywood Studios.
Right, got you.
So it's
And stuff in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, it's not a like with Halloween where you find like it's everywhere from like mid August. It's more of a gentle rollout over Christmas.
Yeah, and that's weird as well.
John, we've got some friends in the chat tonight that we haven't seen for a little while. So we've got.
I haven't even looked in the chat.
No, I know you haven't. That's why I'm pulling you over there. Heather was here.
Talking
on the money. Thank you, Heather, for being here.
Open doors.
First, can we also say as well, and this is actually, we're not saying we didn't really promote this show very well this week because actually everyone's had so much on that it becomes impossible to actually push stuff out and things like that. And so when we get the show together, thanks to Ben, and we make that presumption that people are going to be in the chat. And when we find that they are in the chat, it then shows that.
And it's funny timing as well.
It's really, like I said,
last week confused people because of the 4 hours.
No, it's still 4 hours this week.
It's not. No, the clocks went back on Sunday.
No, their clocks went back.
Their clocks went back on the weekend.
Also,
it was only a week, where normally it's 2 weeks. So no wonder I'm confused.
But what if you're Central Time?
Central
Mountain Time.
Heather,
3.75 hours.
Heather, if
what time is it, Heather?
In the chat, everyone let us know in the chat what time it is.
Heather's 8 hours behind us. I know that.
Yeah. Good.
So lunchtime.
Right, who else is in the chat, Claire? Come on. I know
Morg's in the chat. Morg's upstairs.
One of our junior waffles. Hello.
We've got Jacob in the chat who says he's sorry Jacob. He missed last week because what did we talk? I can't even remember what we talked about last week.
No, we talked about
food in the lounges.
Oh yeah, we did, Jacob. It was the first of the month show where we answered your question about staying off site.
Yes.
So you didn't miss anything last week other than talking about food in lounges, which is worth going back and watching because actually we were all left very hungry and decided we're never going to book another ADR in our lives. We're just going to walk up and eat at the bar, which is great.
That's what we're doing. We have made that decision.
And Mike, never been to Disney World during Christmas. Oh, Mike, get your trip booked. You know. Who else have we got?
It is the most wonderful time of year.
We've got Robin, I think, sitting on the sofa, perhaps being looked after by Kat and Simon. So it's great. It's nice to see everyone. And if you're in the chat and you haven't said anything, then drop us a message. We'd like to hear from you. Yeah,
and we've actually got a nice little time check from Heather as well.
It's
1 p.m. in California. I like that because actually I really enjoy that because if you listen to the podcast or even you're watching the catch up and things like that, when someone says it's 1 p.m. and suddenly it's a bit like instant jet lag to your day. You're suddenly scrabbling around. Oh my! No, hang on. They're talking about something else. Yeah. Or maybe that's just a me thing, you know.
No, I get it, John. It's taking me back to when we were in California earlier this year. Just like, I can't call home because it's like middle of the night.
Yeah.
It was like,
You always know that good bit on your holiday, and actually, I get there quite quickly when I'm on my own. Where you're going to bed, as you know, the people at home are getting up. Yes. That's a great feeling, and you're messaging people. I'm just going to bed, and they're like, "I'm just getting up for work." And Colton's here as well. He's just said,
when you're staggering back from Disney Springs and like you're getting the messages, people starting work the following day.
Speak for yourself.
I just pick up on something Morg said in the chat as well, because actually, as part of the junior Great British Mickey Waffle, we've actually, I know Morg's been busy. I know Josh has come home from his 3 months of traveling around Europe, and so I'm surprised my internet feed is actually holding up as well as it is tonight, because I'm pretty certain he's bleeding my Wi-Fi dry.
18 different devices.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then back at home, and you know, a matter of weeks ago, I was saying again, it was just we just had the house to ourselves, things like that. Yeah,
fridge was full.
That lasted a long time, didn't it? Like, but hey ho.
It's like when family comes home for Christmas. It's just like you stock everything in December, And then it's like, oh, you open the fridge and like, I ordered enough food, and no, you didn't.
Yeah,
Happens
we
every
start
year.
that in November, Ben.
Yeah.
Don't eat that. It's for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
Don't eat
I-
plans for next week. I think that's basically it.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up on the Christmas bit. I know, Ben, you and Becca mentioned already. You've been at Christmas as well previously. Claire, you've done a Christmas trip.
I have. Yeah.
And what did you make of it? I think that's the thing, because again, picking up in the chat as well with Mike, who's never been to Walt Disney World at Christmas. Go on, you tell me your experience, and I'll tell you a little bit of mine.
I mean, I went for 5 nights 2 years ago, can't remember, with Anna. We went for a little girly trip at the beginning of the beginning of December, so the first week of December, same dates that I think it's pretty much the same dates I'm going this year. And we did the first year of Jollywood Night, so that must be 2 years ago. And we didn't do the Christmas party, but we did do all the parks, and we stayed at Grandestino. It was really lovely, actually. We had amazing weather, although our night at Hollywood Studios, it got a bit fresh later on in the evening. But I really liked it, actually. It was a very different vibe to going in the summer. It feels quite laid back in terms of the crowd. I think maybe the week that we were there, the beginning of December, it's not a particularly busy week because Thanksgiving's been and done, and people are sort of in school and stuff. So I guess we were there at a quieter period, but it was nice. Everything looks pretty. People are dressed up for Christmas. It was good. We had a nice time.
Yeah, the first 2 weeks of December are usually like green on the crowd calendar. They're like a really good time to go.
Yeah,
if you can.
I'm intrigued because actually it was our first time going with the family when the kids were younger, and even before that, one of my very first trip was over Christmas, and actually the intention was it was always it's too hot in the summer, blah blah blah, and so we'll go at Christmas. So when you start, it's a bit like saying your first gig was like my kids. Your first gig was Bruce Springsteen. So you go at the time where everything is just so in your face and so different. It just blows you away. I think that the like you said, Claire, the vibe at Christmas is just the most beautiful thing.
I really liked EPCOT at Christmas just because of the diversity of the different celebrations, and we did spend quite a lot of time in EPCOT. And going from country to country and seeing all the different options for, there was we did get caught watching the Santa thing in Norway and had to try and extract ourselves because it went on for quite a while. But the festival holiday booths that they have, and we did watch Candlelight Processional with Zach, which was awesome. And that was the second time I'd been at Christmas. I went on my own the year before and watched it with Zach then, and I just I think it just feels different in a really nice way, not in a it's really busy, people are like head down trying to get from place to place. It feels like people are more willing to just take their time because there's stuff to see. Maybe I don't know. More festive.
Just everyone's on the same. It's difficult, I think, because I think I've always found it very different to going like summer and just sort of a few busier months where everyone's there for a holiday, sort of their vacation. When you think from like, but everyone's there for the same particular like sort of Christmas relaxation. I thought, and then maybe escape all of that busyness that happens that time of year.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think the lack of ridiculous humidity really helps to chill people out.
Yeah.
When it, when you're dealing with 90% humidity,
we had the extreme.
First thing in the morning.
I was going to say, when we went over Christmas, we had -2 degrees.
Yeah, please don't do that in a few weeks' time. I've been watching the weather. I'm just like, I really don't need that because
you keep seeing like cold, like,
right. So that
cooling temperatures. It's an
It's a risk,
the jeopardy of packing is
Yeah.
significant.
We didn't know the weather until like 2 days before we went. So we were all ready to pack, looking at
A week before we went, it was saying sunshine and
late 20s.
mid to late 20s all the whole trip.
Yeah.
And then 2 days before, the cold came in.
Get your coats out.
Yeah.
And it was okay.
Yeah.
That's
But it's
Coats,
one of them
jeans,
times.
jumpers.
I remember the first time I went with, at that time we were quite newly married and things like that. I think I'm going back about 2002, which is now going back a sizable amount of years, which is quite bizarre. And we got sucked into that mistake of going into the parks in the morning and your shorts and t-shirt, and you're like, it's nice and warm, the sun's out, and then you see people, locals especially, have got the big coat on, the hat on, and you're thinking, it's dead warm. What's the problem?
Yeah.
And then when the sun disappears at like 5:30, you're like, okay,
oh, it's cold.
It's a bit chilly.
We've got a coat in the locker. Put your hoodie in the locker, job.
Am I going to buy a hoodie? That's the thing. So yeah, I think you do, and I think that would be my first thing I would say to anyone is actually don't just plan ahead. If you're coming from the UK and you may be going for the very first time, is don't just expect it to be really warm. It does. Once the sun disappears, it gets
very fresh.
chilly very quickly.
Low temperatures as well as the highs.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a bizarre one.
The benefit of our weather though was that we were there on Christmas Day and EPCOT was empty.
Yeah, that was true.
It was really good.
We've had so many. We've had, I think, as a family, I think we've done 3 Christmases, and it's so special because actually, especially when the kids were younger, it was truly magical. And I know I've said this in a podcast before, and again, I'll put a little bit of a spoiler alert that after going to Hollywood Studios, sorry, no, it wasn't. It was the Springs, and we went to meet Santa. My kids couldn't. We couldn't go and see Santa again. Anywhere, we actually had met. We met proper
Spoiled Santa.
We just met proper Santa, and that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. It was just gone. It was just like didn't spoil it. It was just that moment in time was so incredible, and so and that was a bit of sort of pixie dust Disney kind of thing that you couldn't ever replicate it ever again. Anyway, moving on. So we've been at Christmas. We know it's good, but the thing that we were going to talk about for the whole show, and we're now nearly 40 minutes in, which is always a good sign on a Wednesday, isn't it? Like
food.
But Disney have actually revealed another round of festive food and food and beverages, and we get into this habit. I think is this now 3 weeks in a row that we've actually done food and beverages, which is
another
a good
show that's
thing.
going to make us hungry.
It's always good. And actually, we've got loads of things to talk about, because actually, if you want to see them online, do go and check out Disney Food Blog, because the photographs that they take of this bits of food, I want a little bit of feedback. If you're in the parks in the next 2 months, please take a picture of your food, send it to us, and we'll compare it with what the photograph actually states it should look like.
Because I love that on Disney Parks blog, how many some of them think like, how many of these might be AI? So I'm looking at the snowflake cinnamon roll that you can get at Barcelona Lounge, and there's 2 little like white, I think they're white chocolates or sugar snowflakes, and they just look like they've been added, they're computer generated, but.
I think
they are. Actually.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go down the positive side, Ben. I think it's a really good photographer with a really good chef. Yeah, and they've got the lighting absolutely spot on.
See, I'm not going to complain. I like a cinnamon roll.
And if anyone believes what I'm saying, you're doing better than I am, because actually, some of it just looks completely.
What I like is it's actually available now. So from November 3rd to January the 1st. So you can get that at Barcelona Lounge.
And that's the thing. Quite a lot of this stuff is now on
It's already
menus.
It's available now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But and some places going even to the end of January, depending on what it is. So that's even better.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah.
Well, as I say, we are missing out on
True.
most things. I think the latest date I saw was the 13th of January,
Here we go.
Maybe.
but I might have missed one. You know,
So
It's
there
all
was a few things that caught my attention when I was looking at there, like trying to think, what am I going to eat when I'm there? Because,
Yeah.
you know, no point eating boring things when you can try those festive things. And funny enough, it was a drink that caught my eye first.
Would never have guessed that.
Because last week we were talking about bar food, we were talking about lounge food, and Jock Lindsay's came out really high on the list.
Yeah.
And they have got, I'm just going to bring that picture up because I think it looks quite
does
nice.
look nice.
And that is a Jock Lindsay's Holiday Spritz, which is Aperol, cranberry juice, smoked cranberry syrup, and Prosecco. And that is finished with a rosemary sprig. Now, that looks like it would be refreshing at the end of a day in the parks or something. You know, it looks really nice. It looks festive, but it's not covered in glitter and, you know, sugary stuff.
It
I
doesn't look
actually
too Christmassy from the picture. It just it
looks good.
To make the rosemary sprig actually look like a bit of a Christmas tree, and yet add a bit to the flavour and things like that.
Yeah.
I think that is. I think as we said the last couple of weeks in Jock Lindsay's, things actually happen within there that actually take it to another level in comparison to a lot of other places, and that is a masterstroke, I must admit.
It's really good. And Jock's has also got a mine car of meatballs, which are maple bourbon meatballs, Granny Smith apple and cranberry chutney with sweet potato, hay, and thyme.
Oh, that sounds
That's so
it-
nice.
I don't eat red meat and stuff. But
I
I
love
love
the
the fact they
presentation.
come in a little
sleigh.
little Christmas sleigh.
Also, Jock Lindsay seems to be
wow.
one of the very few places that actually does savoury food. Everything,
Yeah.
a lot of the other places are
Yeah,
sweet foods,
very
chocolates,
sweet. Yeah, I
gingerbreads,
think
cookies.
you're right. Spot
everything
on
with
there.
peppermint in it.
Oh, there's nothing
It
wrong
seems
with
to be
everything
the-
peppermint. I like it.
No,
It
that's
seems to
correct.
be peppermint or gingerbread, most of it.
But that is Christmas. But if
Christmas.
In America, it's Christmas.
Yeah,
And eggnog. That's the
and
other thing.
cinnamon. There's a few cinnamon
No,
things.
no,
as well.
Do that,
I
the
don't
eggnog.
get Starbucks in the UK doesn't do peppermint. They just focus on
Gingerbread and eggnog.
gingerbread and eggnog.
But they do
Right.
have peppermint syrup.
They do. So
And you can add it to everything because Millie does it all year round.
Yeah.
yeah.
Amaret's has a whole bunch of really amazing looking desserts. The only challenge for me is at Amaret's, things look amazing, but I've found sometimes the taste isn't quite
Okay.
as. And we
like
talked
this
about this last week.
Very
Sweet
much
stuff
so.
is not my bag, but
Yeah.
sometimes they look incredible to the point where you don't really want to eat it.
And the price you pay, you think like, oh, I could keep
Yeah.
this, but I'm
And
I feel
supposed
like
to
I
eat
should,
it.
I feel like I should frame this or something rather than
Yeah.
eat it. I think the Festival Croquembouche is the one that I liked the look of, which it looks like a little
Oh,
Christmas tree.
wow.
So it's like a profiterole,
That looks
hazelnut
amazing.
cream profiterole, and it's like looks like two little green Christmas tree balls.
That's quite nice. That.
I love that.
Which I made a croquembouche one Christmas and I've burnt my finger significantly on the hot sugar. So I'm quite happy if someone else does it.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, right.
That
Get
won't
someone
be
else
I've
to
never
do
done it
again.
again.
Yeah,
I've never
exactly,
done it again.
Yeah.
And then there, as you say, Becca, there's a load of pepperminty type things. There's a peppermint brownie over. If you go to Animal Kingdom, is it Creature Comforts? That's the Starbucks, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there's the
So they have a chocolate brownie which has got like a vanilla cream and peppermint nibs, I guess you would call them. Little bits of pepperminty stuff. Bark.
crushed
maybe?
peppermint bark.
Yeah.
Crushed
I
peppermint.
don't think a bark I always think is the chocolate stuff. This
Yeah,
is just
it's
like
just
little
crushed
pieces
peppermint.
of
Yeah.
peppermint
peppermint
candy, maybe
candy.
of some kind.
Yeah.
Candy cane.
That would be what
Crushed
it
candy
is.
cane.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's the
The
word.
words are failing. So Diamond Springs, I think there's quite a few things. There's I think the best looking thing is probably in Amaret's, and it's the sweater cake. And it looks
That's
like
good.
What I think
Oh.
of as an Aran sweater. And John, you'll know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. You know, the proper thick
Yeah.
Scottish
Wow.
Aran wool,
Yeah.
hand knitted by your
I-
granny sweater.
You can't eat
Like, the
that.
nun
One
sweater.
arm longer than the other, and a
Yeah.
neck you can barely get your head through.
Called
cannot eat
a
that.
called a sweater for a reason, as well.
Yeah, itchy as you like. But I think this is beautiful in terms
Yeah.
of
Nice, that.
the way it's being created. And it's actually, I'm just going to let you know what's inside it because it's difficult to guess. It is a gingerbread chiffon with marshmallow mousse, milk chocolate mousse, and salted caramel crispy pearls.
Okay.
So it's basically gingerbread, caramel, and chocolate, which is what you would expect.
That would
Yeah.
easily win Bake Off.
I should hope so. It's done professionally.
Yeah, that looks amazing. It
The
really
photo,
does.
the photo
Super
did it.
cute.
The photo did it. Well,
It's
no,
interesting.
I think
Yeah.
Amorette's is one of those places where stuff actually does look like the photos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've
Yeah,
never
right.
we've been there, but we've never bought anything because it's like it's just difficult to try and choose something that looks so amazing that I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
And when I look
We've-
at some of the
yeah.
prices, and it's
We've
like,
been there a couple of times and bought things and taken them to go usually.
Yeah.
And I can't say that we've always gone, oh, wow, I need to go back and get another one of those, or that was
Yeah.
amazing. I think we've gone, it looks incredible, doesn't taste quite as good as it looks.
Yeah.
Often the way.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is though, isn't it? I'm just going to go back to the one I was trying to describe before, and it's the Mickey Whoopie Pie, which actually is plant-based chocolate cake sandwich with marshmallow mint buttercream that's available at Liberty Square Market. Now, if you get to see a picture of that, guys, the green just looks completely as if someone's like taken the actual color and just sort of put a high vis jacket around it. It just it just looks off.
Oh dear,
it just
really?
doesn't
I'm
look-
trying to.
uh,
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, yes.
It's like the Grinch has done.
Yeah, it just doesn't look the right color of green that anyone can actually create in a kitchen.
It's a very
Hmm.
yeah,
fluorescent green.
Yeah,
it looks the same sort of green as the Olumel holiday float, the Dole Whip lime
Yeah,
drink you can get from
I think
Pineapple
it
and
looks
I.
brighter.
yeah.
that's in
Yeah.
the party, isn't it? That's during the very merry Christmas party. That one's available.
No,
That's-
they're actually. It's going to be
Is it all the way through?
from the 7th through to early January, and it's going to be
Oh, I won't-
again at Liberty
I'll leave
Square
on the
Market.
6th, so I'll miss that.
Oh, it'll be November 7th though.
Oh,
Yeah,
November 7th.
November
okay.
the 7th. Yeah,
There's quite a lot in Magic Kingdom because Golden Oak Outpost, which is that funny little shed opposite the back of Beckles Bills,
Yep.
isn't it?
the
It
place
is,
where
is,
very
yeah.
few people actually go.
I love the description because it
Yeah,
that-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a shed.
yeah, it is a
The
shed.
walk-up
it's
food
always
shed.
got a really long queue as well.
Well, I'm not surprised. They've got Robin, I hope you're listening. They have Yuletide chicken strips, which are crispy chicken strips with sage and cranberry barbecue glaze served with
Ooh.
barbecue served with sweet potato fries.
that sounds
That sounds
amazing.
nice.
Okay.
That sounds really good.
Right.
So it's basically like Christmas dinner
Yeah,
on
You know, chicken tender.
style. chicken
yeah. I
tenders.
like that. That'll do
That's
for
a cheap
me.
way of doing Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Mhm.
I'm not
Give it a
sure whether
go.
my family would be happy being served that for dinner, but
I think as well, again in Magic Kingdom, like the Plaza restaurant has actually got a
You've seen the cheesecake?
Yeah, I was.
Yes.
Yeah, now the cheesecake is quite the thing, but actually, and again, no offense if you're not a meat eater and things like that,
Mm.
but they've got a beef pot roast or a turkey meatball, and both of them, again, going away from sort of desserts and things like that, but both of them look absolutely on point as to you know when you're in one of those wintry kind of moods, and actually, you know, if you were the type of person who was a bit sort of that way put out, I'll put it that way, and you were at home and you fancied making a bit of Disney food, there were the type of dishes that actually would be quite delicious to make for all the family.
Do you know, I think the Plaza is totally underrated as a restaurant. And,
Yes.
you know, maybe that's a show for another. I know we've talked about
Really?
restaurants, I love the Plaza restaurant.
Yeah.
The only thing I
been there in
don't
a
like
while,
is the
but
fact it doesn't have any restrooms. You have to go over
You
them.
have to,
Over the way.
yeah.
But we've eaten there several times. Often the night we've done a Halloween party and we've come in at 4 and had some food at the Plaza. Morgan, Nikki, and I ate there in May and it's really good. It's very small. That's the only thing, and there's not a lot of capacity. But the food is generally good. I've been told their milkshakes are outstanding and they're bottomless.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Didn't know that.
They just keep bringing it. So, and
See,
they're similar to the stuff at Beaches and Cream in terms of
I think, Clay,
quality.
we're starting something for next year now already. Is it? But again, it's one of those places that we've actually booked in the past, and again because it's August, and I think this is why I'd said this, because actually at this time of year, that's the type of hearty kind of meal that you'd be looking for. And obviously the food, the turkey meatloaf and the beef pot roast won't be on the menu in the middle of August. But we don't really, I think I've said this in my trip report this year, is the fact that both Alison and I, if we have a coffee and a cinnamon roll, that'll see us right the way through. Yeah. And we might just pick an ice cream or something else. But we're not looking for any more food during the day until the sun goes down. And so we've ended up in the past and we've cancelled the Plaza as a reservation. But again, I'll tell you one thing.
They do some really good sandwiches. So they do like a turkey club and they do like loaded fries, which you can have as an entree if you want. You don't have to have
might need a rethink.
It's been about a decade since we've been there.
Is it really that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Robin disagrees in the chat. She says it's overrated.
We've been twice. Once was before either a Christmas party or Halloween party, and it
once was on our honeymoon.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, no, they used to do breakfast. They trialed breakfast there for a little while, which I don't think has come back since COVID. But I always think that the menu, there's something on there that both of us would have something on.
I think it's quite a varied menu. There's usually something for everyone. And I think the only challenge in there is that if you've got a large group of people, you're probably not going to get them.
Struggle for space.
Find a table that will suit. So I reckon probably the biggest tables are probably for 6.
Yeah.
And there isn't a lot of space when you are sitting down. But I think it's like my thought is, would I choose the Plaza over Tony's Town Square? Yes, I would every time.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's a really good point. And actually, just going back to yourself, Ben, if you're at the Plaza, one of the things that I think that does kind of happen is because it's so small, you actually get a little bit better sort of interaction with the server as well. So
that's true.
The service both times was amazing.
I really do fancy that pistachio and cherry cheesecake.
I've got a photo of that. Hang on, for those who are watching live and who come around.
Or on the catch up, but obviously not if you're on the.
I'm not sure I like the green icing on the top. I think that's unnecessary. I'd whip that off straight away. But I think
I'm liking the sound of the holiday cosmopolitan that they've got there.
You know what? I'm looking at the rest of the Plaza menu and I'm going like, there's plenty of stuff that I would have. From like the bacon cheeseburger, the crispy chicken sandwich. Oh, the shakes look
Give it
really
a go.
Good. Okay,
if I remember rightly, the first time we went there, you had the turkey sandwich, and it was you didn't realise it was a cold sandwich, not a cooked sandwich.
That's true.
Oh yeah, rather than like a burger sandwich, it's actually an actual sandwich. British sandwich.
Yeah.
And you can ask them toasted. They'll do it toasted if you want.
Yeah, there's quite a few options on there, and going from our experience at Tony's during the summer. It was
happy to not go back.
No, and actually, in the winter, would I go to Liberty Tree Tavern? Probably.
Some we've never been, but I think they've just because we've been in warmer months.
Exactly, I wouldn't go there in the middle of August.
I don't want that sort of.
I have done that, and I wouldn't go again.
No,
Like you say, John, you don't actually need very much food when it's 130 degrees and 95% humidity. Funnily enough, you don't feel that hungry.
Didn't realise that until we got there in August, and actually how much less food that we consumed than we normally would.
Right.
I'm not
Cost you more on your flights, but you'll save your money on the food.
Yeah.
That should be a tagline for the whole show.
We did talk last week. Or was it last week, or it might have been the week before? We mentioned at some point we mentioned churros.
Yeah,
and that was last week.
Yes,
was it last week? We talked about
Lounge.
Right.
The ones from...
So there is a holiday churro this year in Disney Springs.
Okay.
Which looks super cute. And now
they look very similar to ones that we tried at from Cars, just a little bit like Christmas from Cars.
Only less banana and more Christmas.
It was the chocolate and banana ones, but that looks really nice.
So obviously churros are never going to be my thing. They're a bit sweet, a bit too much like a donut. But I think that they look super cute, and I love the way in which it's presented. Again, it's one of those things you think, is it ever actually going to look like that?
Yeah.
And that's from Sunshine Churros in Springs. So
my only thing is, it's a Disney World churro, and they're not as good as the ones in Disneyland. It's really weird. Just something that. Ones with
is it something to do with the water, or
they just come up? They're just. I think they overcook them. They're just too dry. So maybe all of that icing and extra stuff on top.
I wonder if it's just because they're fresher in Disneyland.
Yeah,
people buy them more often in Disneyland than in Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
So they're not sitting out in the middle of the heat for too long.
There was one other thing at Springs that I thought would be something I probably would pick up if I was walking around, maybe doing like the Christmas tree stroll or something like that, which is it's from Marketplace Food, and it's called the Sven Waffle. Sven Cone, I think.
Oh, is that the place you can get the bubble waffles?
Yeah, the Marketplace snacks. And so it's got vanilla and chocolate soft serve in the bottom of the cone, which is like a waffle cone, and then it's topped with pretzels, M&Ms, holiday candy, cinnamon cereal. So I guess that's like Captain Crunch maybe, or cinnamon something.
I like the pretzels. That's interesting.
So it's got a little bit of not savoury, but not too
it's
sweet.
Not all sweet,
And I think it looks quite cute.
We had one of the normal bubble waffles last.
Was it strawberry and white chocolate?
I think so, yeah. And the waffle itself was a little bit sobby.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that there would be a holiday poutine or something, but I haven't seen anything.
No, I haven't.
Because I would go for that over all of it.
Yeah.
But there were things.
I might do one in EPCOT at Festival of Holidays.
Yeah, exactly. That's often the poutine place at Disney Springs has some unique things, but there's nothing on the list. But doesn't mean it won't happen.
Yeah,
that's true.
But yeah,
I think that's the thing, and I think that's an important thing to say is actually, we're talking about this on the 5th of November, and actually, as menus do change, I know we said very early in the show, in the news section, that we this is how up to date we can be when we go live, but instantly, obviously Disney are listening. As we're doing this show, and what they have done is they've actually added the menu for the perch during the course of the show.
No way!
Yes, it's there. I can see it.
Wow.
Which I thought was very polite of them in a way, But
it's almost like they're listening.
The Garden View Lounge returns in 2026.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is that the
with a new tea experience as well? Yeah. There you go. I clicked on the wrong one. So full menu. This is this is great. This is I always knew this had happened to us.
What am I going to order then, John? Tell me what I'm going to be drinking.
It's a bit light on the cocktails. There's only a Floridian 75, which is a gin, citrus cordial, and lemon with Tassinger champagne, which is only
how much is that going to
$22.
Okay, so French 75 is probably in my top 3 cocktails of all time. So Floridian 75, I'd give that a go.
Yeah, that's not bad. And then there's one there, especially for Simon, because it's got rum in it. That's only $17.50. A big range of wine.
Okay.
A limited beer range. Okay.
Well, you're not going to be nipping down to the cellar to change the pump, are you? From where you
no, actually, that probably answers a question that we had when we were talking about this previously, as to how this could exist as well as the Enchanted Rose. And the Enchanted Rose menu is more vast and much more comprehensive than this. This is very limited at the moment.
Is this just for people that just don't want to go up the stairs?
I think you might be right, Ben.
There's still a lift.
But I'm just wondering if you're coming from another building and you're heading out, I don't know, to the Disney
it's just that quick
I think it's for when you're arriving, isn't it?
I don't know.
Quick drink. A quick drink.
Checking in, you've got to wait. Grab a drink while you're waiting.
I must admit,
I want to know what time it opens in the morning.
Glass of wine at $20 isn't really doing it for me. I must admit. That's
any food on the menu. I'm not guessing.
I've not got as far as that. I don't think they have either, from what I can see so far.
There's going to be any food there.
Yeah, so it's just.
But apparently, in the carpets that have been redone in the Grand Floridian, there are now 200 there's hidden Mickeys tucked among the 200 individual blossoms on the floor.
Yeah, and actually, that carpet. I think that carpet, when you see it in real life, I think it will actually become much more Floridian and much more realistic as to what you would think for that place. I really do. However, on with the show. They got breaking news as we were doing the show. Kind of take us back. I think we've done most of what's in Magic Kingdom. Now, Claire, you said you've done Jollywood Nights. Ben and Becca, did you do that as well?
No. Last time we did Christmas Jollywood Nights wasn't
right. No, I haven't either. So it's one of those experiences that I think we'd be remiss of doing this show and talking about Hollywood Studios without having a moment's silence to actually just experience the sheer enormity and the sheer beauty of the Osborne Christmas lights. Much missed, much wanted back again.
Yeah.
And as every Christmas goes past, you remind yourself of just what a magnificent part of Hollywood Studios that used to be, and really, I can only be thankful we saw it so many times, but it remains part of the kids still have some of their sort of complete memories of nights there that we probably froze them to death as we were waiting for the lights to start and stuff, but they remember it. But it was magnificent, and you couldn't replace it. I think they struggled once the park was being rebuilt. So Jollywood Nights, in a way, is a little bit of a way of acknowledging the fact that we need to put some form of entertainment on. How was it, Claire?
So we went the first year, Anna and I went, and I was very excited because we spent some time in Hollywood Studios and we went and got changed. We took some stuff to wear, which was fun. We stayed in the line for about 40 minutes before the party opened so we could start the evening meeting Phineas and Ferb, which was awesome.
That's a good start.
Yeah, that was the most important thing for me. We were like, Phineas and Ferb. We did see the show with the Muppets, the Hollywood Glitz show. Yeah. I didn't enjoy it very much, to be honest. I thought it wasn't particularly well produced. I thought the individuals were excellent. I thought the ensemble put together was not well done. It felt disjointed and poorly. The concept wasn't great. But that was year one. I understand that last year it had improved. The jazz band playing down in the Hollywood Tower courtyard was probably the standout experience for us in the whole evening. It was beautiful down there. and the band were amazing. This, you know, the whole environment down there was fabulous. Yeah, there's lots of smoke and it was fun. There was, you know, there's a couple of drinks carts down there, and everyone was just like hanging out and having fun down there. And really beautifully set, obviously next to the Hollywood Tower. So that was brilliant. We did a couple of other meet and greets. We met Edna Mode, Frozone. We met Donald Duck and completely broke him to the point where he had to walk away. And actually that made it into my speech at the weekend with Anna's wedding.
Oh, really?
Was the moment
Cool.
that we broke Donald Duck. Because we were wearing Christmas skirts. I had a green one, Anna had a red one. It had like white fluff around the bottom. We had like Christmas tights and stuff on, and Donald was commenting on the bottom of our skirts, and Anna was like, yes, it's like it's Christmassy and it's fluffy. And I can't remember what happened, but Donald was talking about the fact that he was like quite wide, and Anna turned around and said, oh, you're not fat, you're fluffy. At which point Donald had to walk away, because you know when Donald or a character, you can tell just needs a moment, because this is not going to, this is just beyond what he's capable. So yes, Donald was doubled over, had to walk away for a minute, have a chat with the character attendant, and then come back a few minutes later, which was very funny for us. The photo ops are quite cool. They've got like the 360 photo op, and they've got a one which is where the camera spins around you or it comes up close and back. The queue for those is really long though, and whilst they're quite cool and you get photos included in the cost of the evening, we started queuing for it, and then we were just like, you know what, we just can't be bothered. And also everyone watches you doing it, so everyone standing in the queue can see you. We decided that we didn't want to wait for that. There was a really cool like Cuban band with dancing and stuff. And they were shoved right down by Baseline Tap House, which was in the wrong place completely. They should have put them in the little courtyard. But you know the courtyard outside the ABC commissary, between that and like Mickey and Minnie's, there's that sort of dead space. They should have put them there. That would have been a much better location for them. The only thing I think we didn't go and even bother trying to watch was the Nightmare Before Christmas show, which is in the Frozen sing-along theatre. That wasn't for us. It wasn't our bag. So we did a few attractions, but not huge numbers. It was fine. I think, did we get value for money that first year? Probably not. Would I go again if I was there longer, and perhaps if I wasn't doing the Christmas party? Because the Jollywood nights when I'm there are on the day I arrive and the day after I leave. So it wasn't an option really for me this time.
So it's not,
but I know Sean and Michael are going to Jollywood nights. So I'll be interested to know what they think. But for me, having never done the Christmas party, I wanted to have something to compare to. The price is not dissimilar. You know, Jollywood nights is $30 cheaper. But you don't get anything for free. You know, you don't get any snacks for free.
Okay.
We got some coasters that are somewhere upstairs as you were leaving. I think it's a bit of a niche event. And there are some really cool meet and greets this year. So they've got Bing Bong meet and greet, which I'm gutted I'm missing, because that would be a reason to go on its own. You know, they've got Powerline, Max and Goofy, and you know, all of those things. So they've got, if you're into unique niche meet and greets, it's probably a good evening. Is it worth $180 to do that? Maybe not.
I just think the atmosphere of Hollywood Studios feels like Christmas. It's very Christmas, and but
that's
even
the
during
thing,
the day,
that's the same during the day. That didn't change in the evening. And for me, the background holiday loop around Echo Lake is by far the best in all of Walt Disney World. That's the one that I listen back to back on Christmas Day for about 6 hours. I just have it playing in the background on YouTube. But that's the same during the day. You know, Gertie's got her Christmas hat on. She's got a hat and a Christmas bauble in her mouth. Jollywood nights, I'm really pleased to see they brought the Gertie cookie back. We did buy some of those. I tried to get one home in one piece for Millie. Gertie's neck broke in the car in the suitcase. But things like that, they're really cute. They're fun, but is it worth the money? I don't know. I think Robin read last year maybe, and has perhaps more experience of the more recent party. But I'm interested to see how they plus it each year. I don't know.
I think
they've got to make some changes.
Yeah, if Robin can make it there this year, then
Yeah.
Jollywood is something she'd be doing.
Yeah.
It's interesting because actually looking, I know we spoke about Magic Kingdom and the food options there, but the food options within the studios is very much down that Becca sort of, let's avoid that sort of, it's all sweet because it's all cupcakes and cupcakes, milkshakes, cookies. Was it a hot cocoa lunchbox tart?
Yeah.
And
no thanks.
No, and like a
chocolate Pop-Tart.
mousse tart, and when you just like, hang on.
It's the opposite thought of like we've not put any thought into these ones. There's just they don't.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm the first to admit I like sweet stuff, but I do like the option of a savoury thing as well every so often.
But you can't constantly go a whole day eating sweet stuff. Yeah,
you can.
I mean,
you probably regret it the following day.
My dentist would have a a bit of a predicament if I came back and had eaten that amount of sweet things and things like that. You know,
I just think for me, it doesn't hit the mark, but that might just be a preference for me.
Yeah.
And Hollywood Studios is not my favourite park anyway. So
it's always been a difficult one for food. I think every time since we started this podcast, we've always mentioned it's been the weakest park we found for food.
Yeah, I think it is. I still think it is. You know, even when they've added, Woody's Roundup Barbecue, which is a fantastic restaurant. There are pockets of good things, but majority, the broader food offerings are generally not as good in Hollywood Studios. So,
and you think by having a seasonal event and seasonal options that they might do more, but it just feels like they're just rolling out, oh, here's a seasonal cupcake or here's a seasonal
There's always a cupcake, you know.
Yeah.
I think, there are lots and lots of seasonal food offerings around and about, and I think maybe some are definitely better than others. There's a couple of cool ones in resorts that I saw as well.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is it's just getting that list, working out what you must do. Is where do you want to spend a day resort?
Can't be everywhere.
If you can.
Yeah, I won't have time to do. I was thinking, would I be able to do the monorail loop and do a few things, but I just don't think I'm going to have time, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Too short a trip.
Although we will trail the fact that we hope to go live that Wednesday as well.
Yeah, I'll be in EPCOT. So
if we can. So we'll be able to fill in that missing block from today's show.
It's almost like we thought about it.
It's as if, again, with having the breaking news of the perch and the drinks options there. Disney actually listened to this show. So if you haven't already shared that widely with your friends and you haven't got them subscribed, just tell them Disney listened to us and they changed their socials mid-show when we're live, which is always a good sign, isn't it? I actually think if I would say anything about Christmas, I would really urge anybody to, if you want a little bit of Christmas music, go and just get the YouTube of the park loops. For Christmas.
What I might do, I might share them tomorrow in the Waffler's Arms. The ones that I listen to, there's quite a few that
I've listened to them actually.
Yeah,
and
they're going to start becoming my work background music soon, I think.
Yeah, and then also
in a few weeks. But
if you've ever been to Disneyland Paris at Christmas, just get Chant Say Noel because actually, as a Christmas song, and unique Disney Christmas music, Disneyland Paris absolutely nailed it, and I really do. That's one thing that I really miss, and it's probably the only reason they go to Paris at the minute. But
I was going to say we've not been to Disneyland Paris at Christmas. I feel like that should be.
Okay. I've been a lot at Christmas, and it is beautiful. By far the best time to go.
Next time we go to Disneyland Paris,
it should be Christmas.
Around Christmas, probably.
Although I must admit,
in like 20 years' time.
If you think Orlando's cold at Christmas, Disneyland Paris is
it's absolutely
bolted.
It is obscene.
We've been in February before, and it was cold, but it was
the whole of Lake Disney between the hotels was frozen solid. Wow, that cold.
We stayed at Disney
winter.
We were in David Crockett Ranch in one of the
sheds, the tin sheds.
Yep.
The air raid shelters.
We did it once. That was it. Done. Tick the box, kids. We've done it.
They haven't even got proper heating, have they?
Yeah,
It's like,
let's sing Chantez Noel as we're heading home and put the heating on at home.
turn the car fan up full on the way into the park and the way home, just to try and get some. Yeah, wow.
I'd much rather stay at Disneyland Hotel. I've
I
heard
always
that.
like Sequoia around Christmas, to be honest.
Sequoia is the Christmas.
I
hotel.
imagine
Yeah.
it's
Is it?
gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's also don't think the same room we had last time when we were on the corner where we had that huge balcony, which we didn't spend any time outside because it was February.
Maybe we should talk. We should think about a comparison show. Maybe I don't like comparing DLP and Walt Disney World because they're so different. But you know, I think there is something about Disneyland Paris at Christmas, and I know that Sequoia is about to go into a big refurb. And they're going to sort out all the lobby. It's never been done. So the lobby has not been touched since 1992, which is quite impressive in some ways, but also probably time.
I'm slightly worried that they're going to start doing stuff and like find other things wrong with it. Or just my work head's gone and it's like, oh, what are they going to find?
And actually,
something's not been touched in that lobby.
That lounge in the lobby is beautiful. It's got the big open fire in the middle. I love it, and I don't really want them to change it, but I'd quite like them to sort out the electricity outlets in the rooms so they're not hanging out the wall and stuff like that.
Like USB ports in. Come on,
Just
it's just something.
2025.
Yeah.
Mind you don't need USBs in Disneyland Paris because the Wi-Fi is so rubbish.
Oh, that's where you start.
Why they don't need them.
Do you know what? If you want us to talk about Disneyland Paris, let us know in the comments. Send us a message. It's been a while.
Samantha's mentioned the lake was frozen when they went, and the snow on Main Street is brilliant. I love when it snows on Main Street, and it is very cool. I've got lots of photos of Millie as a young girl, like dancing around in the snow, because we went every year for about 5 or 6 years
with a big coat on. And that's the thing that always throws me.
And a red nose because it's so cold.
But you look back at the photos there, and everything looks really weird because actually, when you get used to, even in Florida, in December, you can get away with t-shirt, shorts, and you still get that picture. There's no way in Paris that's ever going to happen. It is big coat, hat, and
boots.
That's the thing. I love looking back on our trip a couple of years ago when we were in EPCOT, and it's like we're hat, scarf, and just like it was really weird.
Yeah, look at that. We've actually gone from one side of the Atlantic back to our side of the Atlantic within one show. We've covered a whole host of different food options. We've had breaking news, and I think it's probably a good time to just sort of
wrap it up
and say a massive thank you to everyone in the chat. A massive thank you to you, Ben, Becca, Claire. Yeah, there you go. It's that time, Becca, isn't it?
Becca's made the decision. It's bedtime. It's bedtime.
Yeah, we're all off. Yeah. But no, thank you guys, because actually, this show's come together at the very last minute, and it's actually been a really fun thing to actually be part of. And actually, it kind of just shows that as every day goes on, probably now until we get to Christmas Day, everything's going to move at a pace that none of us are completely happy with. So what we'll probably end up doing is just like everything's just going to go so quick, and then it'll be our Waffler's Christmas party before we actually know it.
Do you know what? It'll then be January, and it'll be like take 6 months to get through all of it, like it did this year.
Maybe you could repeat the first couple of shows from last January, this January just gone. When we complain about how long January is.
We did like 16 shows in January, didn't we?
It felt like it, didn't it? Yeah. Oh no! Thanks everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being in the chat. If you're watching on Catch Up and you've been out at a firework display, I hope you've all been safe. You've all had a fantastic night. But do please make sure you catch up. And also, if you listen to the podcast, thank you very much. We appreciate it. The fact that you're downloading us every Friday. Until next week, apart from the fact, do make sure you have downloaded the 1st of November show, because actually it was superb, and we actually, it's going to cost me money.
We went in with the intention of saving money.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
well,
I'm going to end up.
why
I'm
not
going to
stay
end up with a villa for next year. I know
You're going to have an
where I'm
extra
going.
trip.
That might not go down well. Let's not go there on a Wednesday. We can edit it out, and we say that on an ordinary podcast. We can edit that bit out. Nobody ever knows. If it's on a Wednesday, it's out there for forever. Right. Until next week, check out the Waffler's Arms. We'll catch up with you as we do. But until then, we'll see you soon.
See you real soon.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing.